Hello and welcome to my review of the Tier 9 French artillery piece, the Bat Chat 15555. I was surprised when I was looking for on YouTube for review on this tank, and I actually only found one decent review on the Xbox version of World of Tanks, but that's clearly a different game, so I decided to make a review on it because I have just successfully managed to do the SPG-12 mission for it and with it, and yeah, this is the RT I have used for the mission. Okay, so the French RT line is famous for its mobility and relatively good reload time and small alpha damage, and yeah, let's go to the stats. Okay, top speed is 56, backwards is 14. A little bit back to the tank. One very good positive side of this tank is the 360 degrees rotating turret, so you don't have to actually move the chassis of the tank to change between targets, or yeah, and this means that the aiming circle is much less prone to fall apart when you are switching between targets. So back to the mobility, 17.23 horsepower per ton. This is extremely good values for an RT, and also gives you very good mobility. The chassis traverse speed is not exceptional, but it's very good for an RT, 24 degrees per second, and you can combine with the, I'm looking for the turret rotation speed, turret traverse speed, 10.4 degrees, so you have 34 degrees per second traverse in total. So when enemy light tanks or mediums are trying to circle you, you have the chance to follow them and put at least one shot in them. So penetration 95, it's not very good. You could yeah, alpha damage is 1250. This is a value you are going to see very rarely, very rarely. You will see approximately a value between 300 and 600. That is the most common damage you are going to do on a shot that actually hits the target, which is not straightforward. Calculated DPM is only theoretical. It's never going to reach that. You can have, so back to the alpha, you can have that high 1000 plus damage per shot when you penetrate your target. So you should look for weakly armored targets like Waffenträgers, Leopard PTs, AMX-30s, the side of the tanks like side of French heavies, French. Oh well, yeah. One good target for this RT is the French Lorraine 40 ton or the Bat Chat. Of course, they are only good targets for you if they are stay stationary. So when you are driving every tank in World of Tanks, you should not sit in one place because you are going to be an easy target for RT. Max ammo capacity 36. You are never going to run out of ammo. Reload time with a good crew, decent crew, rammer. Let's see the recommended equipment for this tank. Rammer, gun laying drive, and binocs. Why binocs? I will show you why binocs. View range is going to jump up to 412, and with a good crew with situational awareness and eagle eye, this is going to be well over 440 the maximum view range, and this helps in endgame situations where you are going to be alone and you have to defend yourself. Also, it is not a bad idea to give some crew skills like camo, because combined with a camo paint, this RT hides surprisingly well. I had complaints from light tanks that I have spotted them before they spot me while I was stationary and hiding behind a bush, and I managed to kill him more than 3 times. Okay, I'm not going to waste too much time on these. Aim time is for the top gun, because this top gun is worse with approximately 10%. Accuracy is 0.671. I have to mention that accuracy is not the best on this artist, so you have to have a decent crew. You have to have a 100% crew, and I warmly recommend to use premium consumables like coffee. Where is it? So strong coffee, that gives you a reasonable and noticeable jump in accuracy and aim time, and yeah, you will hit more targets. So view range is great. I do not recommend to use any kind of ammo, only the HG, the standard HG. The other has issues with accuracy, and the AP shell does not give you a real damage improvement over the HG, and it has to penetrate, and it also very prone to bounce. One more thing, this tank has armor. Actually, it has a 100mm frontal armor and 76 on the side, because as you can see, like, if you angle it properly, you can squeeze out up to 140, 150, 170 armor on the lower and the upper plate. And for some reason, light tanks are, they are not aiming for the turret, because the turret literally has no armor at all. As you can see, 13, 15, of course not 10. The back is 54. So even you are going to meet some annoying little light tanks, you may rely on the chassis armor, because it's going to bounce. I had a recent game when an LTTB tried to catch me, and he actually managed to bounce 3 shots out of 5, so that was enough for me to reload and finish him. So that was enough talking, so let's get into the review and see how this tank performs in real game. So here is the replay for the Bat Châtillon 5555, the tier 9 French arty, and we are playing on Lakeville. We are playing standard, and we can now give a good use to the 360 rotating turret here. As you can see, in a standard game on Lakeville, most people should go to the volley here, but in this case most guys are going to the city, so we are going to face troubles here. But here is a very good chance to rack up a good amount of damage here. As you can see, I give a good use to the rotating turret, because I'm facing my turret sideways. I rotated 19 degrees to the left. Let's go back a little bit to the stats. Tank has 440 hit points. It doesn't really matter on RT. This means you are not going to be one-shotted in most of the tanks you are going to face. It doesn't really matter, because as you can see, we already have a T69, which is an auto-loader, so I'm not going to be one-shotted, but he reloads in like 4 shots, and here is the average damage you may expect from this gun. I'm running this game with Coffee, Binox, and I'm running Brothers in Arms crew, so reload time is 25.7 seconds, and I'm about to maximize my effective DPM here, and I'm going to get my shot to the ground. When using this RT mode, battle assistant, I believe, you may run into these dumping shots very frequently. So I'm reloading very frequently. I'm almost reloaded now. There are lots of guys higher than average roll there, 633. As you can see, I pull back after every shot because some guys are using the red dot mode, which shows where RT have fired on the map and on the screen, and he can very easily hit me after that. This is a 4th shot, and it was slightly under average, and we are pulling back to reload. Playstyle is very easy with this tank. When you have a decent crew, and you have a decent reload, and you have a decent accuracy with a decent crew, you fire, aim, fire, pull back. As you can see, I have fired one blind shot on the T69. The T69 is a lightly armored tank, so you can expect a very good roll there, but he had very few hit points left, so that was my first kill, I believe. Yes, and the things are getting darker here. I'm trying to minimize the super version was on low HP, so I fired a shot on him, and surprisingly some of my team members came back to the level, and that's a very good thing to us. We already have done over 1700 damage, as the blind shot on the T69 is not counted on this value, and I have already reloaded. So the reload times pretty good this time. Let's put something else. And of course I have done my shot to the ground again. In this case it was my fault, so I was not trying to find some targets here and expecting the M103 to die here fast. And I expect the AMX CDC and the SP1C to spot someone in this area right here, but all the remaining enemies are here, and, so I have to change my mind and go into the wall. To find enough damage or do enough damage, you have to actually go for your targets, and you have to relocate very frequently. In the French artisan, of course, the speed helps you a lot. And as you can see, here is a lucky shot on the STA. He's back, but he changes his mind and comes back. And here you can see a penetrating shot that's 962, and here is our second kill. No, it's our third kill actually, because we have managed to kill the super crushing. Okay, and I'm looking for some additional damage here to make sure I am going to have the highest damage from my team, but unfortunately this ridge line in front of me is blocking my shots, so I need to go further ahead. Okay, enemy artillery dead. The Su-122-54 managed to kill the enemy 30, and that's a good thing for us actually, because he preserving his hit points for us, and he is our last shot in this game. 474, and the 51 is able to finish him before we reload. So that's it for this game. Let's see the in-game stats, or after battle stats. Here are the after battle stats: Bruiser and second class mastery badge. So making 3500 damage is not enough for a first class mastery badge. Okay, but we have successfully made our mission, and yeah, traveled 1 kilometer, almost 1 kilometer. 9 shots fired, 7 shots hit, 7 not penetrated, but it says penetrations, but actually when you have less than 1k damage it's not a penetration. And after that, our resupplying the ammunition and resupplying the consumables I mean, running 100 octane gasoline and running coffee to maximize reload time, aiming speed, accuracy, ATC. We have managed to make 3k credits profit actually. So does this RT worth the grind? Yeah, it is. It worth the grind. So good luck and grind for it, and we'll see you on my next review. Thank you for watching. Bye.